Welcome, everybody, to a special episode of Smile You're on Camera, hosted by Lourenzo Smith, the only place where artists can feel comfortable in themselves. So my special guest today is Hannan, all the way from New York. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can't complain. Just wrapped up a busy day of work, So you're the first guest on the show, so definitely super excited. So tell the folks a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you said, my name's Hannan. I'm a freelance photographer, designer, creative director of sorts, based out of New York City. I moved here from Orlando about a year ago. I didn't picture myself doing this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was actually going to school to become a doctor, hopefully. I did
wow.
I did my undergraduate degree in biology, and then after I graduated, I was like, I gotta be real with myself. My girlfriend helped me kind of get my head straight, like, hey, you don't really want to do this. I could tell because it was always like the sense of like photo design was always like a side hobby.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, I never looked at it as a career, only because like I had the brown boy mindset of a doctor,
Yeah, no, for sure. I feel you. My parents are the same way. They're West African, so they're
exactly.
like doctor, lawyer.
Exactly. So your parents are
Banker.
immigrants as well.
Yeah.
It's different. It's just like they come with the mindset of a certain career will like you'll be flourishing the rest of your life,
Exactly.
But it's not a bad thing to have that mindset. It's just our parents don't have that input on how other careers can possibly work out here, especially in New York.
Especially in New York, if you're a creative.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that they just don't know understand yet. So it's still my mom questions it every day. Like, what are you really doing? You know what I mean? It's just like it gets kind of frustrating, but at the same time you gotta realize that they don't know like how much, not even money, it's just like there's so much demand for it.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays, especially COVID, to be honest, with like everything transferring to like digital wave.
Exactly.
It really shows it really shows our
Definitely.
worth.
That's a good segue.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, then I moved here because of just to give it a shot,
Yeah.
But thankfully it's been going well. I'm happy with my decision. Doesn't feel like I'm working every day really.
That's what's up.
And that's what it's really about. Yeah.
So speaking of COVID, how's it treating you? How's New York? I know we were chatting off camera before, but
okay. New Yorkers hate this, but I left as soon as it hit because I couldn't because I had the opportunity to leave, I guess. My family lives in Florida still, so it's more of I'll go there just so if anything, like God forbid, if I did get sick here, I wasn't alone.
Yeah.
And you gotta think about the parents if they got sick back home. Like, it was more of like thinking about if things did go too worse to how they were going.
Yeah.
It would have been a tough situation. But thankfully, I mean, it was definitely a learning experience. I feel like no one has experienced this really.
Hell no. Maybe our
pandemics were just history books as a bubonic plague, and that's it.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's just like it because I worked part-time at the NBA as photo editing.
Gotcha.
So when that Rudy Gobert stuff happened, it was like, yo,
it went nuts.
This shit's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, if the NBA is shutting down, like this is not just a virus. It's not just a flu,
The people in the office go crazy?
It was really weird because I was actually working. I was in the office that night. I was working that game, and we got an email saying, what did it say? Oh, it said Rudy Gobert stays in locker room, and then it said the game has been postponed, right? And I'm like, we're like, whoa, this is like, it's February, like there's no reason for this is not really happens often, right? And then the headline came out like the game has been canceled tonight due to like other like suspicions that maybe other players or staff or refs got infected or like has shown symptoms. And then everyone was in the office like, yo, this is legit.
It's real.
This is real, yeah. And then it came to the discussion where that was literally my last day of work. We got home and then I told my roommates, I was like, yo, we should probably, I don't think I'm working. We should probably just leave before it gets bad.
Hell yeah.
Because like at that point, we didn't know if it was like flight restrictions. We didn't know what type of situation was going to happen. And then 2 days later, we got on a flight and went back to Florida.
Oh my gosh. I moved here literally the 2 weeks after everything went crazy. And I was in my new job at the office for literally like 4 days. And then the same thing, we got to email everyone out, go home, work from home.
Were you Were you working during COVID or no?
With like the first couple of days, we were just like trying
Yeah,
to figure it
figuring
out
everything out.
because we
Yeah,
were at launch and stuff, and then clients and stuff were like,
yeah,
wait, should we pause?
yeah,
Like, are people gonna see this? So yeah,
yeah.
that's definitely how wild
It's
it got.
it's it was eye opening in the sense of like seeing different companies like react differently. You know,
Exactly.
like
Yes.
some companies bounce back really well, right?
Hmm.
Like they switched over as if nothing happened, and then some companies you could tell they were like shambles, like in terms of what to do. Like we still have thousands of employees under payroll. We don't
Yeah.
have it. Like it's just like it's a mess, and then we don't know how long it's gonna last for.
Last the
Um,
whole summer.
yeah, so COVID really just taught me like anything can happen like this, especially with
Literally.
freelancing.
Yeah.
He's a whole, especially the music industry, which is mostly what I do freelance stuff like
Yeah.
wise. Um, the labels didn't know how to really react to because there's like so many albums got postponed, so many release dates got messed up,
Hmm.
streaming services, the numbers went down. So it's just like a domino effect, right?
Yeah.
But it really just taught me that I spent a majority of that time trying to figure out what I wanted to do next, right?
Hmm.
Um, I bought an iPad. I started like drawing again, like stuff like that, keep myself busy. I started working on my website again. Like I hadn't updated that in like a year and a half. So it was just like little things like that. I was like, oh, let me just focus on like what I need to catch up on. So whenever this opens back up,
Yeah.
it says back, but
Back
like
to
there's no
normal.
like, yeah, there's no buffering in between, you know?
That's what's up. That's
Um,
smart.
yeah. So I think the best way to go about it was to like just use it in terms of like self growth, right?
Hmm.
And then, I mean, obviously, mental health. I feel like a lot of people was like a tough thing because you're just inside for so long.
Exactly. Some
But
people need that
thankfully,
social interaction with other
yeah,
people.
social, especially people in the city, like social
Exactly.
interaction is huge. But thankfully, I was home like the whole time, so that wasn't an issue. But it was just more so of just like reflecting on things I have to do, what I want to do, plan for the next year, really, because pandemics aren't a 2 week thing, you know.
Hell no.
It's been what 5 months now,
It's been nuts.
six
You,
months,
6
March,
months
yeah,
almost. So what
yeah.
projects are you working on? If you can share.
Yeah, I'll be happy to share something. So, currently I'm working on creative directing for an artist named Marcellus Juvan.
Okay.
He's a rap artist.
Okay.
You should definitely check him out.
Okay.
Uh, so we're working on his EP and like cover videos. So that's really exciting. So hopefully that should be coming out by this third quarter of the year.
Okay.
Um, and then there's another artist I'm doing creative direction for. He's based out of LA. His name is Saintville. I'll send you a link
Okay.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Sainvil.
Got it.
More of an R&B, little pop synthwave type groove.
Okay.
Fire, really fire. So I'm working on I'm working on his covers, which the project releases hopefully in the next month or so. So we're working on that and a few covers, and then overall just direction of how we want to go with just the rollout. Um, so that's something I've really like fallen in love with.
Yeah.
It, yeah, like my first go-to was photography. Um, but this past year I've been trying to show people that my versatility in ways, right? Design, photo, merchandise design, video direction, creative direction in general. When it comes to just like I'm in love with rollouts. Like a rollout to me is like the most enticing part of an album.
Exactly.
Like you
Remember CDs?
as a Ye fan, yeah, exactly. It's just like there's something special about it. It's
Exactly.
like it's just like there's so much calculations that go behind it, and I respect different artists actually still put in work, even with the streaming stuff. Like streaming is so much easier now,
Yeah. You just drop
but
it.
yeah, you just drop it. But like artists like The Weeknd, Ye, like all these people put like everything is calculated, and you could tell it's calculated. And it's not just like, oh, we just write this on a whiteboard and we go, right?
Yeah.
You could tell that every little move is strategic and it plays off, right?
I think those are
That
probably the biggest ones.
Yeah, the weekend killed his like his creative direction
Oh
from the
my
get go has been
gosh.
on point. But like this rollout this past year was, and it happened during COVID. It was the second week, I'm pretty sure, like everything shut down. So it was
Yeah.
just more so of like they still ran with it. They were confident in what their product was. They had mad videos, which is the best thing to have at this point because you can't do it. You can't do live performances.
No. Did you get a
Yeah,
chance to watch any of the virtual shows?
I saw which virtual show, like the ones
Like
that different
VMAs
artists were in.
or
I saw clips of
BT?
VMAs. I've just watched the verses a lot. That's when
That is, I think, probably the best thing that's happened since everything.
100%. See, we could have said quarantine radio, but we're not talking about that anymore.
Oh yeah, no, we have to.
No,
We
we
don't
off
even
that. We
talk.
off
We
that.
won't even talk
We
about
off
him.
that. We're not even saying that name. Yeah, yeah. No, but see, like those verses, that's like a key like timeline of COVID, and it shows because their production level went up
Went up
crazy.
amazing. Even
Bro, remember
yesterday,
Nelly was having
Nelly's
Wi-Fi issues.
Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah.
Now
And
they
then
have like
yesterday, the Brandy one was fire.
it was amazing,
The Snoop DMX one was crazy.
crazy. They I
Yeah,
think
so,
I think Apple paid attention. They're like, oh wait, no, this
100%.
is
This
this is
is
real.
something.
We need to
Yeah.
put more money into
And the
this.
fact that Swiss and Tim was behind it is just like, it's just like
Like
even bigger. It's
innovators,
just like,
they
yeah,
just can't be stopped.
exactly. So it's just like, that's another thing that shows like they took advantage of, they realized a weakness. They realized that people were at home. They realized that a lot of artists can't do what they want to do. So let's just make something out of it. And now like Versus is huge. But yeah, it just shows that rollouts and all that stuff, definitely like the more enticing thing to me.
Exactly.
Like a cohesive rollout is
That's
sweet
what
spot.
so I tell all the artists I work with now, like, hey, you can't just post the song and hope it does well.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like you gotta prime your audience, make sure they know what to expect. Like, is it just a song? Are you doing merch,
it's
etc.?
crazy because with how much music comes out nowadays, bro, it's just like it's
Hourly.
oversaturated, right? Yeah, it's you get an album that came out today and you stop listening to it the next day, be something else came out, and then something else is coming out that week, right? So it's just more so of like how to, other than the music, how do we make sure they keep listening and keep like, it's like constant reminders, right?
Yep.
This is like, hey, like this album was like top to bottom great. The videos were great. It's just like how great of a rollout was it that people still go back to it.
Hell yeah.
It's like if I drop an album tomorrow, no one's really gonna, you know, it's like there has to be a build.
No, you'll get some plays.
Yeah, just some 30 plays, like 2 seconds in my pocket.
Oh yeah. Let me see. So like I know you're a photographer. One part of the best ones I follow.
Thank you.
Do you prefer film or digital?
All right.
I didn't mean to stomp you.
No. It's a great question. 100% film. I bought my RZ 2017, end of 2017, 2018.
Ooh.
It's been like one of those things where I take out and I admire it just because of the fact that I can go out with like a 5D or whatever, just take photos, come home, put it in Lightroom, do whatever I want with it, right?
Exactly.
There's a different, I feel like we're talking about this oversaturation and this fast food type thing where everything's just like quick, instant.
Yep.
We've lost like the appreciation for things that actually take process.
Exactly.
And film is like prime example.
And it's coming back too, strong.
Oh, it's coming back strong, super strong. Yeah. Film prices have gone up, developing stuff.
I'm just like, damn, what happened?
Yeah, it's just how it is now. But film 100%. I always have my little contacts with me for 20 Remember we were there at the Yay thing. That's where So I had that with me, and then the RZ whenever I have like a proper shoot.
Yeah.
It's just a timeless look. It's just like it
looks
still
the best. You can feel that. Have you ever seen? Remember? Did you watch the MJ doc?
I did watch the MJ doc.
Did you see like the photos that they were using?
Bro.
I'm just like, bro, if that was digital, it would look so crappy.
That was 25, 30
years ago. The
photos
looked
In
amazing.
the 80s. It's just like, and those were on SLRs, like. And then most of those photographers went home and developed them themselves.
Imagine looking at a photo of MJ in your dark room.
Oh yeah, this is the one right here.
Yeah, I'll take this one. Imagine what they didn't post.
3-4 rolls. I know. They had 3-4 rolls of MJ. That's the first quarter. It's just like it's a different feel. Like I'm glad that it's not like, well, I'm not one of those people who are like, oh, everyone's on a film wave, I'm gonna hop off. It's dope to see that it's coming back.
Yeah, hell yeah.
People actually appreciate it. Especially 120.
Oh my
gosh.
Just like I just got into 120 in the last year or two. Yeah. Only because it just takes too long, and then I gotta tell the model or the subject or whoever to like pose.
Let
me focus real quick.
It's a learning curve, yeah. Especially for the other person behind the camera.
Oh my gosh.
Like you can do so much more with it. It's nerve-wracking waiting, and you get a lot of anxiety waiting for the roles to come in, but it's just very rewarding. Because man, you could take a digital photo and make it look like film as much as you can. Yeah, it's just
Add
like,
some grain on there.
yeah, it's
Dim the light. You good.
the nose a little bit, fade it down a little bit.
What are some things you
Put
hate?
the unfolded layout on it.
What I was about to say. What are some things you like you've seen on like social that you hate what people are doing now?
Nah, I don't want to say I hate it.
Or you
See,
disapprove?
it's
For
nothing really
me,
to prove. Okay,
for
okay. Go ahead, go ahead.
the borders that people use, like the Kodak
Oh,
borders on the
yeah,
digital
yeah, yeah.
photo, that
That did get
kills
played
me.
out a little bit, but it's just like I respect it if you stand it that way,
Yeah,
post it,
post it.
but don't go and like make it like
I feel you.
this people doing colored film back with tri-X film layouts around it.
I'm just like, wait,
Yo,
that's black and white, bro.
that's fucking what. See, this is one thing I've learned with social media. I try, I've tried limited myself on Instagram,
Yeah,
like my photo Instagram, just so because I don't like looking at people's stuff, and it feels like. See, this is with social media. This is what social media does to you. It's like a thing where, oh, you see someone doing it, it's like, oh, I gotta do this. I gotta do this, right? And then you look back on it. Like I've caught myself multiple times doing that. It's like a natural thing,
yeah.
especially as a creative in this social media age. It's like coming to the point where you look at something, say, oh shit, he did it first,
Well,
or he did
I
this.
should have did that.
I should have done this, right? And I've done that. Like I said, I've done that multiple times. It's just
Yeah,
really unhealthy because then you're like chasing a trend, and it's not even for yourself. It's just for
exactly.
a like or two, or just like, oh, saying that I did it, you know?
Yeah,
And then, so I've tried to kind of fade away from that and just be like, what do I want to do with this? Where do I want to take this?
hmm
Whether it's casino covers, because there's fire inspiration on Instagram,
oh
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, there's tons of inspiration, but it's just like more so of like, did I think of this or did someone else think of this and I just remixed it? So I've been
That's tough. That's
trying to
tough.
teach myself. Yeah, it's definitely hard to remix. I mean, it's definitely hard to think of something on your own or make a original. There's nothing's original, but make something that's somewhat original to what you pictured, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I've been trying to do. Takes
Speaking,
time. Takes time. Takes
bars.
time.
Did you see Pop Smokes that Virgil did?
Yeah. So
I
did you
gotta,
see
I gotta
see that?
ask about that.
I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say this. That when that released the
Yeah,
Virgil thing,
yeah.
my roommate and I was like, "Yo, did you see this cover?" And I thought at that point was this is like that meme timeline where we're gonna drop a shitty cover, get people talking about it so people know
You
it's
talk
coming,
about the album.
talk about the album, and then we switch up the album cover last minute, right?
Yeah.
But then I was like, yo, man,
No, he was dead serious.
Pop was dead. Pop had died. There's no way they turned his album cover into a meme for promotion.
No.
Even knowing Stephen Victor is too well respected,
Yeah,
too
no,
well
hell
like
no.
coordinated.
I think that's why they
That
pulled
was
it.
by accident. That was by like they didn't expect that at all.
They were
They
like,
didn't
all
expect that
right,
reaction.
let's just throw it out there,
Yeah,
see what happens. But yeah,
yeah.
no. Virgil's a
And then,
guy. I just think it was he probably working on so much shit that he was like, all right, let me just get this out and go to my next project.
no, it's more so of like, man, Virgil hasn't been the same since he left Donda. I'm gonna say that. He
Yeah,
hasn't.
you can't go from Watch the Throne.
What
Yeah, you can't.
you can't, bro. 808's cover, the Watch
Okay.
the Throne cover, all the stuff he's done, right?
Jesus
It's
cover.
like Jesus cover, bro. It's like you can't go to this Pop Smoke cover and say that it's the same man. It's literally someone. There's so many. You saw the people that are doing it on Instagram stories saying that they
Oh
could have
my
redone it.
God.
See, it's just like at that
I
point, I think
agree.
he was just doing.
I did my own too. Just like, yeah, let me see if I
Yeah, yeah. It's just it came to that point where it was just like it was Virgil's name on it.
yeah.
And Virgil was on a hot streak with the off white Nike collection, so he's at that point where he's just like anything I put out, people eat up.
True.
But you can't do that to
Not to the
the
guy.
cover was horrible, man.
Yeah, it was bad, but it's all good. but lastly, what are you looking forward to in 2021?
2021.
Because I know it's been a little shitty right now, but we're good. I think.
We'll make it
I
through
mean,
it, power
I'm
through
gonna
it.
put some positivity and firmness that on
Go
the
for
other
it.
side of it, I think good things are gonna happen.
Yeah, 2020 was definitely there's a
It's one.
lot of stuff, man.
There's just so much. Like there's a history book within each month which is wild to say.
Yeah, it's just like so many deaths, um, all the protests, all that,
Yeah.
the police brutality, COVID. Man, there's so many things that happen. I can't even think of everything. Honestly, can't even think of everything that's happened. And I'm probably missing a good 20 things.
Let me see what
I
else.
think I'm missing something major.
There was just so much.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like obviously like the crazy thing is that it all happened during a pandemic.
So there was everyone's eyes was on it. That's the scary part.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when bad shit used to happen, like I know I would
Oh
miss
yeah,
it because I was just too busy. Now I'm just
yeah.
like, oh damn,
That's
I
what I'm
didn't know
saying.
this was
Yeah,
going
like
on.
if like police brutality has always been a thing, right?
Yeah,
Like it's been a prominent thing recently, right? And it's always been a topic of discussion. But sadly, it happened during a time where I mean, it's not good that it happened, but it happened at a time where people are home and able to ingest it and see what's actually happening
hmm
without worrying about, oh, I have to go to work tomorrow morning, or like people weren't able to put it aside because it was so into our face and so prominent.
yeah,
And like all those protests happened in all those states just because of the fact that so many people were home, right? That's
exactly.
why it was so like nationwide. Even small cities had like huge protests. So it was a good thing that it brought somewhat awareness again and gave it momentum towards it. It's
Yeah,
sad that it's still happening, obviously, but it's just very so like
it's just so polarizing. I think that's the
it's
greatest
very
part.
polarizing.
Just being in
Yeah.
LA and seeing it in New York on
Oh
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
socials, I was just like, oh snap. And
Yeah.
then when it got over here, and
Yeah.
obviously
Portland.
I wanted to
I was
protest, but
walking.
then
Yeah.
whenever I found out people were getting shot by rubber
Yeah. It
bullets,
was
and
the
I was
protests
like,
were getting bad. Yeah.
dang, I can't even like march
Yeah.
with my people.
Yeah.
Like
It was at
it's
the
got
point where like
crazy.
you might go to the protest and something might happen to you at the protest about what you're protesting
Protesting
about.
about, that's what people were saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting
Yeah.
hurt at a protest, like,
Yeah.
and it just
Yeah.
can't.
It
It's
got
just,
it got really scary, man.
how
But
bad did it get? Like I know Soho it went
it
wild.
got
Like
bad. Brooklyn the other day it was bad after the whole Jacob Blake thing.
yeah,
The incident happened. Brooklyn Bridge was packed again. So it's like, people are willing to keep doing it because it's an important time to do it, especially with everything that's elections come later on and all that
and it's
stuff.
young
So
people though. That's the crazy
young
part.
people, that's the promising thing about it.
It's like, all right,
Younger
are the
generation.
younger people that are gonna run this world
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's
get,
important.
we just got to get him out of
Yeah.
here. Get Yellow
Yeah.
Man out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you so much for
20.
doing this.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Let the people know where they can find you, socials.
Oh yeah, my Instagram is Hananimous, HANNANYMOUS. My Twitter is the same. My website's the same, just .com at the end.
Smart
And
man.
yeah,
All right,
yep.
man.
Thank
Take
you, man.
it easy.
Appreciate you for having
No
me on here.
problem. Wish you the best, and
Yeah,
you find this shortly. Hopefully
all
within
right,
this
dope.
week.
Thank you,
All right,
man.
man.
Thank you
Take it
again.
easy.